Okay, so if I remember last time, you all decided to escape the coffee bunker, find out that it was run by a man who created regeneration serum. Totally nothing went wrong. Split the brain from the body, and it turned into two separate beings, which then turned into a third being. And well, you get the gist. You got out of there with your lives as the thing was coming after you. The vault doors shut, and you managed to get out of there alive somehow. You also got your dog to have a giant mutation serum that's turned him into a big, beefy dog boy, and you have also got the unstable isotope mutation. You have returned to Mander's cave to see if you can infiltrate it, since you're still on that mission.
Yep. And
You
we
are
got
not-
that part.
Oh.
And we got that part out of the guy.
Yes. What do you want to all do? Oh, I gotta send you the elevator link. Post that in the Wasteland chat. What do y'all want to do now that you are outside of Mander's cave?
Alright, do we remember the plan?
What plan?
Okay, so the plan was we're going to go in.
The plan is to give them the drugs we have. Give them the drugs we have, and then tell them to go to the coffee vault. Where they can be trapped and experimented on.
I don't know if they're going to be able to get into the coffee vault anymore. I'm okay with trying to send them there.
True.
I'm okay with trying to send them there, but I don't know if they're going to get in.
It depends on if any of them have a Pip-Boy.
None of them that we have seen so far had one.
Right.
Now that doesn't mean when we get to, a leader or something in there, maybe they do.
Also doesn't mean they don't know how to hotwire the door.
Yeah, picking locks ain't hard.
Well, it gets significantly more different when it's a gigantic electric lock.
Vault door.
Giant nuclear blast protected vault door.
They just picked the lock.
So do we just want to go in swinging then?
I mean, let's go in and let's assess the situation. And if it comes down to us having to just start killing, then that's what we'll deal with. But I definitely do not want to start shooting people without looking in there and knowing what's happening. We don't know how many people are in there. I don't want to start stirring up a hornet's nest.
I punch.
All right, y'all ready?
Yep.
I guess so.
So, as you approach, who's gonna approach first?
Me.
As you approach, the two men walk up. You see they're dressed in odd enough attire, nothing like you've seen before. More so looking of like 1920s era, very, very old for the time era that even you were in. Very dated. like the 1950s, late 50s, early 60s, with everything being color and vibrant. These guys are like in, you know, good shirts and spandex overall ties and have leather fingerless gloves. Their hair is well groomed, their mustaches are well maintained. The pants aren't anything to scoff at. They're like beat up khakis, but I mean they look well enough.
You mean like mob boss stuff?
Like 1920s, just professional, decent look. Like decent looking, casual 1920s wear. You know what I mean? Like
Is
a
it new
loose,
or something really
like a
old?
loose necked white T-shirt. The overall straps to keep on their like khakis and stuff. Like what we would call dressed up today would be like casual back then, right? But because you got to remember, like that is like a casual wear. Within maybe you put a sports jacket on it, and maybe it's slightly okay to walk out, right? Fedora in hand being casual headwear. You know what I mean?
Right.
That would be like someone dressing up now. Make sense?
Yeah.
So the two approach you and they say, "Ah, so you're the new guy. Interesting, interesting. So, you got your tattoo?"
No, we got the drugs.
Ah, yes. Benny was talking about you. Says he had some new crooks coming in to get some drugs. So, you got the stuff?
Yeah, and I flashed him the jet.
Yeah, put it in the bag.
Okay.
You need at least
I
a couple more
put-
drugs for the guys behind you there, though.
yeah, I put my Ford jet in the bag.
Ah, very nice, friend. And the kid with you?
I can't remember how much I have.
Should be on your character sheet.
He walks over and says, "Oh, hold up now. Hold up now. I'm sorry, but we can't let your green friend in here. It's nothing racist, of course. We just, we don't trust super mutants."
That's exactly what racist is.
It's not like we're offending the guy. It's we're all equal in skin color. He's just not allowed in here till we can get him cleared.
He should have already been cleared. He's been working with us for a while now.
I was told in my report that you had your friend there, your kid, and yourself. Not a mutated dog and a super mutant. Until he can be cleared, boss's orders, he can wait outside.
Alright, fine.
Don't worry, he'll be cleared a second or two. We just need to get him to understand our rules and such. You know how it is. Can't be too careful in this day and age. But you're free to go in. Only a couple rules before you go in, though. Keep your hands to yourself. Don't steal anyone's shit. And if you really must pick a fight, take it to one of the back corners. Other than that, if you start shooting, we kill you. Fisticuffs only, please.
Sure.
Any other questions?
No, we're good.
No.
Well, welcome, my good Hogdinos, to Mander's Cave. Have a pleasant time. You gonna head in on it with him, Lena?
Yeah.
As you all get inside, you see that this is a overturned cathedral The ground and walls look like an old Catholic cathedral that was built into the side of a mountainous hill slash what would have been a mountain at one point, or well, not so much a mountain. What would have been like a grand hill, right, is now just a giant hill of rubble that has been put onto this church. As you can look up and see that the entirety of the upper part has been overcast with rubble and all kinds of debris, maybe making it so that there must have been some kind of township here that had just all of it shuffled on top as sort of like a barricade bunker thing, right? In doing so, you just kind of see a few patrons around. To your left, you see there's a fat guy. To your right, you see there's a couple of guys, kind of just off in the corner. Everyone's just kind of walking around having their good old fill. Some are smoking, some are not. And the room kind of splits in a couple different ways. You can go left, continue forward, or go right.
We'll go this way.
As you go left, you find yourself into a busted up restroom where you can see there is a hole that goes into like a faucet area with the men's on the right, the women's on the left, and there's a small thin hallway that goes back into a small, you would say it's like goes through like a small hallway that like leads into a like side room that would be filled with like pews or clientele rooms or coffins and such. As then this leads stairs upstairs to like more coffins and cathedral-esque stuff. However, it's been boarded off.
Yeah, so we'll come up here.
You find this room has, the general cathedral stuff. There's a lot of paintings that are kind of like stuffed into the walls. More seem like it's a storage room now where there's just paintings, drapes, a couple of crates, food, rations. Looks like a general supply hub. You also see there is a fake wall here where it's kind of built up to look like loose brick, but it's not held together by anything, so it's more meant to be like a defensive measure. Kick it down kind of thing.
Where was that at?
I'll highlight it for you.
Sorry, I was looking at my character sheet. Okay.
There are stairs here, but you can see it's blocked off at current.
Okay. And do we see anybody? We don't see anybody around here, or anybody that looks like they could see us from here.
Perception check.
Okay.
Okay. Perception, let's see, D20. Wow.
Yeah, mine is not good. I got like
Yeah,
a 6.
did you see anything?
I'll make one other
You want
person
me to
to make a
roll?
perception check.
Yeah,
Okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead,
I
Virgil.
will.
Ooh.
Mm.
Virgil, you find that this area is completely secret and secure, and that no one is here, no one can see you, and you are sure that you are completely alone. With inside this cathedral, run by raiders that are highly coordinated.
Where did everybody go?
Okay. So
Your
I
perception
want to just
sucks
kind of.
so much, actually, Virgil, that Lena and Sven have momentarily disappeared from your sight.
Yeah, where did everybody go?
What are you talking about? We're right here.
You hear a voice
Oh,
in
holy
your
crap,
head.
you guys disappeared.
You hear a voice in your head of Lena that says, "Hey, we're right here," but you don't see anyone there.
The fuck is where right here?
This dude is tripping.
Just go up and put my hand on Virgil's arm.
You feel a warm. You feel a warmth on your arm, feeling like a hand.
Oh, that's fucking freaky.
Like Zoink Scoob.
Alright, come on, Virgil. We got shit to do. Pay attention.
Upon then, you see Sven materialize out of nowhere like a ghost.
Holy fuck. Is there something in the air in this place?
Are you seeing shit again? Like, I cannot take you anywhere without
No,
you
this time I'm
seeing
not
shit.
seeing shit. That's the problem.
Everywhere we go.
I don't see anything. What do you mean?
Alright. Let's look around. This is a supply room. Let's not take anything, but let's look around and see what kind of stuff they have here. So we have a better idea
Each
of
of
what
you
all they need.
roll me an investigation check wherever you want to go. We'll start with Virgil.
Alright.
Come on, blind man.
7
That bitch almost fell on a 1 again. I saw it. It teased you.
7 plus 11 is 18.
So, okay, so you look around. There is heavy ordnance in this room. Rocket launchers, Fat Man ordinances, large-scale bullets for miniguns, large chain bullets. There is stacks of landmines, claymores, rockets, flare guns, and multiple different kinds of flares. You even see they have different kinds of grenades. And they have rigged plasma cores as bombs.
Are there any fusion cores?
No.
Holy
I'm gonna
shit.
keep teasing you with that.
Found the mother lode.
Okay.
Would you like to go next, Lena?
Sure. 13.
You find cans of rations and cans of stew pellets. Stew pellets being where you can drop one in and it's kind of like a bouillon cube. But in this case, it's
Okay.
like a very heavily concentrated pellet. It looks about the size of like a 5-hour energy bottle, but a little bit smaller. You drop it into water and it makes a large pot of stew. Enough to keep you going, but you'd have to like add in crackers or something to make it more sustaining. And then
Okay.
you also find like boxes of hardtack.
I found the food.
Alright. It's investigation, right? That's a 10.
You don't really see anything around you besides the boarded up door that's to your left, right in front of you over here.
Alright. Finn, there's so much explosives behind me right now. You
Okay.
should probably have a look, see for yourself. It's a lot.
I walk down and look.
Everything I listed before you see.
Yeah.
Oh my god. She's just looking around in awe.
Alright, yeah, let's keep moving.
As you walk on by Last Lena, you see a painting on the wall. Its eyes look at you, and they follow you as you turn the corner.
I'm gonna look a little closer at that.
Okay, roll me insight.
$11.
It seems like there's eyes behind the painting, obviously, but that seems a little impossible as it's not technological, it looks like biological.
Huh. That's weird. I'm gonna keep going and mention it to Sven. Hey, Sven. There's a painting back there. It looked like there were eyes behind it.
That doesn't surprise me. It's probably somebody watching to make sure, nobody touches what they had there. That makes sense. Nobody touched it, right?
Nope.
No. They didn't take anything. It's not like they would miss it, though. They have so much stuff.
As you come back down, you see there's a door to the men's and the women's bathroom. However, they're a bit beat up, and they look like they've been constantly used. Not so much as a bathroom, more so as like, just normal rooms.
Okay. Yeah, so we're gonna keep kind of walking around. We'll stop and kind of make small talk to people if we see them, and just get the lay of the land. I think is where we're at here, guys.
I don't know. I think that room we were just in is a pretty good setup to close off and leave.
I'm worried. I have some concerns.
Right.
I have some very, very big concerns. So
What might those concerns be?
who says that?
No one. It's just the
Oh,
out of character
oh, that's the
god.
D. Oh, yeah, no. So, so my concerns would be, so if we're talking about trying to keep these people in here, get rid of them, or whatever, that's a great room to blow up,
Mm-hmm.
and kill everybody down here. But I also want to make sure that that is the right move to do so. And also, now that we know somebody is watching that, that raises its own concerns. So I feel like the answer is to kind of keep moving through and talk to some more people, and then figure out what we're going to do from there.
Following you. You're the talking guy.
So
You walk
Yeah,
into a
walking.
room as a man says, "You are not allowed to be in here. I'd recommend turning back immediately."
Oh, sure. Sorry, we just got here, just trying to get the lay of the lands. What is this area, so I know to stay away from it?
You are not allowed to be in here. I'd recommend you leave immediately.
Okay.
When he says that, he kind of like takes his Tommy gun and sticks it towards your direction. Do you want to snag a quick perception check?
Sure. I'm fantastic at those. There's no way this can go wrong.
Lena,
I
you've
think
duplicated.
I know, I don't know how to get rid of it.
That's a 5.
No, you don't see anything. You just see a lot
Yep.
of boxes all over.
I'm gonna kind of do the same thing down here. I'm gonna walk in this room. Hey, how's it going?
As you walk in this room, you see there's a guy sitting on a chair. He's kind of like writing on a clipboard. As you see, there's just kind of like a makeshift stove. There's like a makeshift stove here. And then like another one here. Kind of looks like they've repurposed this bathroom into like a semi-cook room. With then like a countertop over on the other way. He turns around as he hears the door and says, hi, why are you in the kitchen? I don't think I ordered any new cooks or any new supplies, and it's not chow time yet.
We just got here, and so we're just trying to get the lay of the land and know what's where.
I would recommend talking to a commander, a manager, or something before you go rummage around in rooms. Even as a new person, you're liable to get shot.
Well, I don't even know where he's at. Nobody told us. They just kind of said, go head in.
Go up, take a right. Once you reach the main room, head directly south through the middle gate, and you'll find him.
Oh, okay. Well, thank you. Yeah, like I said, we're just. It didn't even. I mean, you're only the second person that we've really seen to talk to, so. Who's the grumpy guy in the other room across the hall? Like, we tried to go in there too, and
You see a nervous look go across his face. Never go back in there unless you are precisely told to.
well, that's kind of what he said. I mean, again, we just got here, didn't know that.
I'm not at liberty to say, and I won't say. Don't ask me again.
No, I asked who the guy was. I didn't ask what was in there. I can't even know the guy's name either. Okay. And what's your name?
Tom.
Okay. Well, hey, Tom. I'm Sven. Like I said, we just kind of got here, just trying to get the lay of the lands. We'll go talk to the commander now. Thank you. And so we'll just kind of come down and
So,
proceed
hold
in,
on.
unless they stop us. Yep.
Stop right there. 1
Yep.
minute as I flip through my notes.
Sure.
Okay, so as you walk in, you see there is a bit of a gruff looking fellow who he's black. He has looks a bit of African descent, has a red beret on, looks well dressed, has a very well tailored two-piece vest kind of suit thing overlaid with a jean jacket and some more clothes underneath, kind of like multi-layering a bit.
Okay.
So you've in it. I've gotten a report that you are the newbies.
Yeah, just got here. How are you doing?
Nice.
We have a friend that they made wait outside.
What is he? A ghoul? Super mutants?
Yeah, it's a super mutant and his puppy.
Yeah, that'll take a little while. We don't really trust them too much, as we've had problems in the past. He takes a long drag off his cigarette and then exhales as he kind of like leans on his cane a little bit.
Okay. Well, we were told to get drugs. We brought them. It's the first time being
Guys
in
guarding
here.
the
What was that, Virgil?
guys guarding the door collected those from us. If you're wondering where they're at.
I know, it's already been processed. You've completed a first charm. That's really good. Quite nice of you. At least you can follow some orders. Now, we've been keeping a good eye on you since you left your little desert area. We know that you've had some run-ins. Particularly, you just came back from a vault up north, is that correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
What were you doing over there?
Looking for drugs.
Then what'd you find?
There's a lot of shit in there. We couldn't get to it all.
Mm-hmm.
There's, you know, some of those vaults get interesting.
He looks at you and takes another long drag. What kind of interesting? Why don't you spill a little bit more from me?
Sure, they're doing some kind of experiment with drugs in there.
What kind?
Mutagenic coffee.
Mutagenic coffee. It's not the worst thing I've heard.
Yeah, so we're just here now. Like we were told to be. We got the drugs from there. We never got to learn much about the organization here because our commander got killed right after we started working for him.
A darn shame. What was the commander's name again? Surely you remember.
Yeah, I gotta look at my. I'm actually not like on the out of play level. I'm trying to look at my notes and remember his name. I forgot it. It's like Braggs or something. Does anybody actually remember his name?
I don't.
Oh man.
Yeah, I don't remember his name now. It's been 2 months since we did that. I can't find the note. Um,
No, I'm drawing a blank. I want to say it was like Shells or Lefty or something, and I don't think those are right.
um, yeah, I just tell him I don't even really remember his name at this point. It's could be something to do with the coffee. I've forgotten a lot of stuff.
Hmm.
They
Right, right.
it's changed me.
That's to be expected. You say it's coffee. We've heard the same thing from our scouts as well that investigated the bunker.
Have any of them gone into it?
Well, we've been into it a couple times.
Oh, okay.
I've even drank in a few cups. It's pretty good coffee, all things considered. Now, is that
Did
all
it
that
change you?
It has changed me at least 2 times. But that's also how I ended up with this bum leg of mine.
From coffee?
A little too many mutations and your body starts to reject it. Eventually, it leads to a few accidents.
Yeah, I drank it once. Okay. Um, well, we were told to come and see the commander. Is that you?
I will be holding your commands from this point forward. Due to
Okay.
you bringing a super mutant here, we've downgraded your status from meeting our leader to meeting the middleman. Me. I will be overseeing you. It's been some time since I've trained newbies, but it shouldn't be too hard given my age.
So what's your objective here? I mean, we got hired to, start stealing, help steal booze and
The objective is
never.
classified to you. We are not to
Okay.
dispose that kind of information willy-nilly. You may learn eventually what our purpose is here, but for now, follow orders, do your job, and you might find out in good and even time.
Okay.
More specifically, what is our objective? What are our orders?
To do what you're told, and I'll be getting to that soon. However, I do need to bring up, you had a long extended time over in Destiny. Specifically, a long time with Porkpile.
Yeah.
I find that a little suspicious. What were you doing working with Porkpile?
Trying to make money, trying to find drugs, trying to.
Get booze?
Yeah.
Why'd y'all visit before but never come in?
Your guys up front are scary.
We didn't have the drugs.
Roll me a speech check.
Yeah.
Persuasion.
Speech. Okay, persuasion. Alright, it's D20. That's a 23.
You barely pass.
Yeah, we didn't want to show up a first time without the drugs. We came here to make sure we knew where it was at. And then we went and got the stuff.
Fair enough, fair enough. Okay then. Well, how about this then? You want a mission in which you can prove yourselves, right?
Sure.
Why did you join our little club?
Well, I mean, we were looking for work when we got offered to help, offered to make some money by getting some alcohol. We don't know much about what's going on because I guess before we got in any deeper is when our leader was killed.
Interesting, interesting. So very many coincidences this carries.
I mean, until about 2 weeks ago, we were all asleep in a vault. So,
Ah, so you're the new folk then.
yeah.
Yeah, we're not just new to you. We're new. Period.
Yeah, you call it a destiny. We call it the first town we saw with people.
One minute, reading my notes for
Yep.
what he might do. I would like you all to head over to Vespers. In there, I'd like you to do a simple search around, see what they're up to, see what the current status is of the nice and beautiful town, and come back to us. That's all.
Okay.
Sure.
I mean, anything specific you want.
No, it's more of what I don't want you to do.
Okay.
I don't want you to get involved in their petty squabble disputes. You are just to keep an eye on things, take a lay of the land, and come back. Do
Okay.
that, and I think you'll be just fine.
Alright, I check my Pip-Boy to see if we have that on the map. I don't remember.
As you check your Pip-Boy, he says, "Come here, I'll slip it in for you." Do you approach him?
Yeah.
As you approach him, he goes to the side wall as he kind of like grabs a terminal computer. It kind of rings out on a multi, like kind of like a, like the wall-mounted PCs in hospitals that have like the arm that can go up and down and like side to side, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you manage it. Never mind.
Intimately.
Sorry. He comes out with this large terminal. Doesn't have a screen. As he just kind of like clacks away a little bit, reads the readings, dials in a few bits, and he takes a large like 1-pin connector, puts it into an adapter, and then a second adapter, and then jams it into your Pip-Boy connector slot, which is excruciatingly slow data upload. Like, we're talking like you see a bar, and the thing sits there. You gotta wait there for 15 minutes.
Gosh.
What do y'all do while you're waiting there for 15 minutes?
Virgil over there is pretty handy. He might be able to upgrade this thing so it is faster.
It's a nice little Pip-Boy converter. It does the job just fine for us.
Okay. I mean, we're just trying to help. I understand. I would like to roll insight on
By the
our
way,
conversation.
There's
Yeah.
the image. That is the Pip-Boy 500.
Let's see.
Gosh.
Looks like a TV camera.
Yep.
Yeah, I would like to roll insight on our conversation to see if he's kind of been on the level with the shit he's saying.
What do you mean on the level?
Well, just see if like what he's saying is kind of the truth, and see if I can discern any ulterior motive.
Sure.
I rolled a 26.
On what exactly again?
What's the skill called again? Yeah, insight.
So
Just again to see.
your
Yeah.
insight comes back with this. So you do an insight check on him, right? And he's telling the truth on a lot of it. You don't sense like sketch from what he's telling you. You sense though that he heavily distrusts you guys, and that he's holding his cards extremely close to his chest, only revealing bits of information that you absolutely need to know, and just enough to infer what he's going to want from you, but not enough to say one way or the other if like he's telling the truth, right? He's just being very careful.
Okay. So what do we call you? I didn't get your name, or if I did, that coffee's still fucking with me.
One minute. His name popped up for a brief minute on my thingy because I named the token. But... You can call me Trevor.
Okay. Trevor. So Trevor's, some of the information we got while talking with Pork Pie, they're very concerned that you're going to kill them all. I know you're not going to tell us what your mission is and all of that kind of thing until we've proven ourselves and earned our trust with you. I'd be careful if that was your plan, though. And the only reason I say that is we met a guy in power armor. Very, very strong. And he apparently likes that place. And I think if you were to go after that place, it would not go well. What is it? The metal skunk, I think was what they called him.
Something like that. Something skunk.
Well, I thank you for the concern. I can assure you, without revealing anything to you, we don't have an intention to kill them.
Yeah, that gun he uses is, to be frank, it's badass.
Yeah,
Just,
I don't know.
It eats fusion cores and spits them out.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd want to mess with the whole brotherhood of people.
We don't have any intention of killing them. And as much as I can tell you, we need them alive.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
The beer's just something we siphon a little off the top. As payment, as I'm sure Pork Pile told you.
Okay.
If they can't pay, we won't kill the city. We'll probably just beat the shit out of Pork Pile and rinse and repeat for the next job that decides to make a deal. So I guess you could say if they all keep fucking up as worse as him, we eventually might kill the city through sheer number of beatings.
Yeah, no, I understand. I understand what you're saying. Okay. Yeah, man, this thing's slow. Uh, so we walked around the facility a little bit because nobody kind of told us where you were. But we did walk into one hell of an armory. We didn't touch anything. Um,
I know you didn't touch anything.
well, I mean, I'd rather just, tell you what's going on, and instead of you thinking we're trying to hide everything from you. Would it be possible before we go out on this to, get some more, get a resupply of some, some ammunition at least?
You have not earned that yet.
Okay.
Now, continue out your assignment. Report back to me when you can, and we'll see about you learning. How about this? If you return, I'll let you ask me one question, and I'll give you a full answer.
Okay. So go to the town and just look around and don't interfere. So do our best.
General reconnaissance.
Yeah.
The download has finished, and all it did was pump the coordinates into your Pip-Boy. It didn't actually give you a location. It just gave you the longitude and latitude. It didn't give you a visual location.
Gotcha.
Back to our dear super mutant friend, though. I think I've kept him waiting long enough. The guys come out to see you, Jams,
Okay.
and they say, "Well, so you're the super mutant then."
Oh, hang on. Let me refresh the page. Sorry, I lost connection to it, I guess.
As the two guys
There we-
walk out, they bring some company with them.
Okay.
They say, "So you're the super mutant friend then?"
God. Yeah, I've been working with them.
Nice, nice. You see, we gotta just go over some ground rules with you first.
Oh?
Oh, yes, some ground rules. Sure you understand, friend.
What are these rules?
Real simple, friend. All you gotta do is not snitch.
Snitch?
Yep.
I'm pretty good at keeping secrets.
Good. This is a secret you'll want to keep. As they all decide to slug you. You gonna let them slug you?
Yeah, sure, why not?
All of them?
No.
All 7 of them?
No, I'll fight.
So the first 2 are just gonna slug you. You take 30 damage from both slugging you in the gut. Do you just stand there and take it?
No, I'll punch the first one that hit me.
Okay. Roll the hit.
Sorry, my game's a bunch of stuff closed.
Playing the game.
How much
now?
damage did I take?
You took 30 damage in total from both of them. That's with them both combined, not 30 each. 30 combined.
Okay, and then... What the hell do I roll?
Okay, so go to your melee weapon. So you're hitting with a fist, right?
Yep.
Go to unarmed. Then go to hit. What's your hit for unarmed?
Oh, yeah.
106.
Yeah, I believe he's
Yep.
fishing for crits.
We don't have to fish.
So how much damage is your fist attack? I think you marked it next. Yeah, okay, 31. You punch a hole through his gut and kill him.
What's
Okay,
what's an intimidation check?
Intimidation check. It's a d20.
Yeah. Is it charisma? What's it off of?
Oh, it's a speech. It's a speech check.
So, yeah. So just just roll your general check for intimidation.
Okay.
You have a modifier of 1, so it's a d20 plus 1.
It almost.
That's not bad. 16.
What do you say to them?
I'm just gonna roar. And then I'm gonna punch the next guy in front of me.
Oh, okay. So you just punch a hole through his gut too.
And I'm
The
gonna roar
others-
again.
The others just kind of back up from you.
And then I'm gonna say, "Can you guys keep a secret?"
They all.
Just pick up a body and throw it to the dog.
The dog goes no, as he like grabs it like a fucking frisbee and begins to like shake it back and forth, tearing it apart all across the area. He's wagging his tail as happy as can be.
Good boy.
No snitching. No snitching, right?
No snitching or he'll come back.
Roll intimidation again.
Oh,
5.
Advantage. Roll it again.
4.
They all know they're not like intimidated by you, but they're like, okay, fuck this. I ain't fucking with him. It's sort of like out of like a yeah, no, fuck this. I can't get paid enough to do this shit. Do you toss the other body to the dog? You just see him jump and grab it as he goes in the ground. He's boom, and he just begins to tear into it, eating the person.
Good boy.
Okay.
Wow.
So from his mutation, Ringo grows a little bit bigger.
Oh no. Okay. Whoa.
Ringo is like the size of a big big dog. I'd say
Even his name's
Ringo's-
big.
Yeah.
He looks like the size of a small cow.
I wouldn't say he's the size of a
Just-
small cow. He's more so.
Just the comparison of the token.
Yeah. I'd say he's. No, he's around like calf, small pony.
Jeez.
A man kind of like walks in and hands a piece of paper to Trevor and walks back out. He says, very nice. Seems your friend's been cleared. You can welcome him in afterwards, but you have your mission, so you can head out. Also, did I tell you last time the mutation he got?
I don't think we knew.
No, we didn't know. So
Out of character, he got twisted muscles. The twisted muscles mutation is that you gain a plus 15 to your melee damage off rip. That is melee and unarmed off rip.
Jesus.
But you have a negative 80 in your in a gun skill. You have a negative 80 in any kind of gun skill. And
He got like
Oh,
the
no.
best
Perfect
thing.
dog mutation.
Yeah, he got the perfect thing.
and each time
Oh,
that
no,
you
poor dog.
each time that you eat protein, each time you eat enough protein, right, that is about a quarter of your body mass, you have a chance to grow in size.
Jeez.
So you just ate 2 whole humans, and so he just grew, which has increased his muscles by a +2, so now he has a +17.
Would we have seen him eat before, or is this like the first time?
This is the first time he's eaten something at the size of this mass, and he's just grown.
Okay. Of this mass, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I think you're gonna have to purposely feed him if you want him to grow.
I don't know if I do though.
Well, I'm just like for gameplay mechanics. I think you're
Yeah.
gonna have to purposely feed him.
Okay.
Let's head on out.
So, if I calculate this real quick,
That's 17
we'll just
strength.
make
That's
a.
fucking monster.
Okay. With the mutation, his bite now does. There's Ringo's basic stats you need to know.
Oh, okay, hang on.
In the Wasteland chat.
Okay, good, I can deal with that later.
200 HP, 5 DT, a bite of 40 damage.
He does more than me.
4 AP.
Okay. And Ringo's pretty beefy.
Do you all head back out?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't know if you were just staying behind Sven to ask him something or talk.
Oh no, sorry. I was cutting some chocolate sourdough bread.
Ooh, chocolate sourdough bread? What?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, sorry, this was chocolate chip sourdough bread. Yes.
God damn.
I made it last week.
Has Lena been baking for you?
I make sourdough almost every day.
God
But he
damn.
actually did it. I made the dough, and he did everything but the dough. He mixed everything up and baked it and everything.
Lucky wife you got.
She leaves it. She leaves it around the house. It's a scavenger hunt.
That's right.
Lucky wife you got, man.
So he's a
Recipe book.
fantastic cook.
So you come outside,
Yeah.
you see there's blood everywhere, and all over like Ringo's face as he's just wagging his tail as happy as can be. And Jams has a shit ton of blood all over both his fists.
So I have good news and bad news. The bad news is they tried to attack me, and I killed them. And the good news is that Ringo grows when you feed him a lot.
We have good news. They're willing to let you in next time we come back.
We'll see about that. I don't know if they're gonna spill. I don't know if they're gonna take kindly to me killing them though.
Well, they haven't all rushed out to kill you at once, so maybe they know untold.
I guess we'll find out next time.
Snitches get stitches, and snitches get death in this case.
Snitches get a hole in their chest.
And the dog didn't even do anything.
That guy's gonna need more than fucking stitches.
Ringo's just your
Motherfucker.
evidence dispenser.
Motherfucker had a tree trunk put through his chest.
That's so funny how we figured that out. Yeah, that's yeah. They it didn't go well, but I got rid of the bodies. So.
Boo.
So what happened to you?
Let's walk and talk.
All right.
And so we walk off, and then I fill him in on everything. I don't know if you were paying attention.
I was
or not.
paying attention for most of it.
Oh.
I think there's one point at Pork Boy or whatever.
So high level, they know that we've done some
Don't
work
move your
for Pork
token. I need to
Pie.
copy it.
Yeah, no problem. So high level, they know we've done some work for Pork Pie, and I say this after we leave out of.
Yeah. I'm just
Direct
copying
earshot.
tokens over.
Yeah, I understand. Not a problem. So they know that we've done some work for Pork Pie. We kind of explain to them why. Everything seems okay. They want us to go to this other area and not fuck anything up.
I find it kind of weird that that is our only job. Don't fuck anything up. Like, how bad can it be that that's our only job?
Do you remember what was at Vespers?
No, it's been too long. Is that the?
Roll me a history check.
That ain't gonna be me. I ain't gonna remember shit. One of you science fucking people is gonna need to remember what's there, which is, I believe.
Yeah, I'll
Virgil's.
do it. I have a 7. What's yours, Virgil?
I was trying to rope my kid into going to bed. What's the roll?
History?
I actually didn't roll
Oh
fair. I rolled
God,
a-
history.
I got a 13. It's based off of science, so you should have like a, I don't know, 11.
Nope, I don't have 11. I have 8.
God, what do we even keep you around for?
But I can roll the history.
Let's use the rest of them.
Let's see what I get.
Yeah.
16 plus 8.
I'll listen for this.
It said 16 plus 8.
20.
So
Yeah, 24.
So, Vespers was so you found out that the city of Vespers, that's the city where there is currently a cult war between the Wombat Cats and the Devil's Throne. That Vespers worships the Wombat Cat, and Lake Vendor worships the Devil's Throne. In between the two cities, there is a massive cult war going on.
Okay.
Lovely.
Yeah. So how far is it from where we're at?
So, I'll update your map afterwards, but from your location, it will be about a 2 days trip.
Perfect.
It's almost about it's almost about like equal distance from the Iron Sun to Mander's Cave, Mander's Cave to Vesper. Because you have some experience with, this is the other thing that you're slowly finding out now. I added in a travel bonus to areas you've already been through. So because you're partially going through an area you've already trekked through, you get a travel bonus. So it went from 4 to 3 days. That's why it's important to locate locations as you go, so you can get the bonus. If that makes sense.
Sure.
Unless you want a longer travel time.
No. But, honestly, there's pros and cons to it all, right?
Mm-hmm.
The faster travel time means we get there faster and we can do more in the game. But it's also less rolls to look at stuff, less fights, less all of that kind of stuff too. So, both have pros and cons. Yeah, so I would say Virgil, we got 2 days of travel. Why don't you do your roll?
3 days of travel.
3 days travel. Sorry, 3 days travel. I apologize. 3 days travel. Let's. I don't think we need to look for. I don't think we need to look for locations. I feel like we need to go and do this thing.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay.
Virgil, roll me a d20.
Okay. I rolled a 5.
Okay. One minute.
My goodness. Sorry about that.
You okay?
My child is being stubborn.
I feel that.
So, my roll, what was my roll for?
Well, you nat 20'd on loot. In
Yeah,
term,
looking
well,
for
you
stuff.
you nat 20'd on the uh, counter table, so I'm
Oh.
judging the amount of stuff you find, like the value of the stuff you found.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just rolling my stuff. Okay, so you find a crate out in the middle of nowhere, a gun crate.
Ooh.
It is a crate full of guns by the NCR.
Oh, nice.
Do you open up the crate?
Yes. Carefully.
Okay, time for me to do some typing. If only Typing of the Dead was still around. If any of you remember that.
Nope.
What's that? Remind me what pistols you guys have. What, you have the Magnum revolver, right?
We got a Magnum,
the-
and then he's got the silence.
Yeah, Silence 22.
Bless you.
Excuse me. Thank you.
talks amongst yourselves as you find this. Sorry for the quietness. Actually,
No worries, man.
I'm gonna just pause it real quick while I type this out. Unpause. So, what you'll find is a large amount of stuff in this case of NCR shit. You find one Ripper, a Katana Grip mod, a Mantis Gauntlet, a Speed Loader mod, a Charge Pack Flipper, a Core Conversion, and then, 96 bullets for pistol.
I'm sorry. What's a katana grip mod? Is that like a grip for a
Remember,
katana
you're
to make
to
it
be
like
muted.
what?
You're to be muted. If you have a question, you can ask in the side chat.
Cool. So we can change the hilt on his katana.
Yep.
I gotta look up what a ripper is.
A ripper is a handheld chainsaw,
Oh,
like a one-handed chainsaw the size of a fucking combat knife.
gotcha.
I'll
Okay.
get the stats up for you real quick.
What's it? It's a chain knife. Gotcha. Cool.
Here is the Ripper's stats. 5-foot swing distance, 66 damage, cripples limbs in 2 hits, and crits cut off a limb.
Oh, nice.
Just base damage.
Base damage is
Just-
66.
That's just what you do, like punching.
So, punching,
No,
remember...
Not
It's an arm.
not 60. Not like 66. 6d6s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 6d6. Melee weapons have dice rolls. Unarmed strikes have just flat damage.
That's what I thought. Okay, yeah, I was a little confused there. 6d6, not 66.
And Daniel, you're okay. Just keep your conversation to the side chat, as you're not one of my players. But to explain, this is a Fallout game, so they found a mod for their weapon.
Alright. So, I'm gonna vote that we give the Ripper and the Mantis Gauntlet to Jams.
Yeah, man, it's not gonna do me any good. It's not gonna do any of us any good.
And I want to go ahead and install these mods.
Yeah, if you feel comfortable doing it out here.
Well, it's gonna look suspicious if we travel all the way to
Yeah.
Odessa or whatever to use their repair bench.
Yeah. No. Again, look. This is your area of expertise, not mine. If you feel good doing it, do it. If you think you're not going to be able to successfully complete it right now, then we can always bring them with us to this town that we're going to go to, and we may be able to find a spot there to do it.
Right.
You know more about this than I do. You make that call.
Yeah, I think I can do it. So we'll start with the katana.
Alright, I'll hand it over.
And that's just going to be a repair check, right?
Yes.
Alright, 100 or less succeeds. I rolled a 9.
Okay, so yeah, you would be able to attach it. Did I have another rule? I just want to make sure I didn't. Have a previous rule on mods.
I believe you wrote one for it already. The last time we went to add the scope to my gun.
I just don't want to shoot continuity in the foot. Holodeck mods. Yeah, if you have a gun cleaner case, you can install a mod without a repair check. I remember.
Yeah, we only have one of those.
Yeah, you kind of talked before you were saving that for something that looked harder.
I'll just write it out so I remember from now on. Sorry about that, guys. Keep forgetting shit.
Alright. It is a lot to keep track of.
Yeah, it's a lot of like micromanagement type things of little pieces and parts to give the game some depth. And then when you don't do it, but once a week, and then you may not do a part for every other month. I mean,
Yeah, dude. I mean, look how many times I have to look up how to punch something.
Yeah.
Yeah, just as a DM, I should be able to know my own system enough.
So what are we missing?
You made the repair check, so he's good. I think he's just double checking his rules to make sure he's got it all. So that the next one.
Because I don't want to say something and then like renege on it later.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and we also get that this is, kind of a homebrew beta thing. So, I mean, if you do have to change shit, you got to change it for whatever reason.
I'm just here to play the game. It's fun.
Yeah. I'm just here to put my hand through guys' chests.
Basically, feed my dog.
He wants to touch their hearts, literally.
I was wondering if it gets big enough, can we just like ride it around?
Well, Lena could ride it around right now if she wanted to. It is basically Small Pony.
Ooh,
You didn't tell me that.
Do you want to ride on the puppy?
I do.
I'll pick her up and put her on the doggy. Good doggy.
Yeah.
I can't
So what's
pin
the
this
time?
message for right now. What's the time, you said?
The times 3.
Okay, I'm addending something and slightly changing it
Okay.
to work in line with the gun cases. I don't know what I previously told you, but this is how I want to make it work from now on. Gun mods and energy mods will require... A gun mod requires 3 repair checks in a row to get the gun mod to stick. Energy mod requires 3 science checks in a row to make it stick. If you miss one or it breaks in the middle, it might reduce it / fuck the mod up. And then a gun case / mod case will guarantee that the mod sticks.
Okay.
And if you do it at a workbench, you could potentially improve the mod.
So we have gun mod, but is that really like gun, melee weapon, armor? Is that like the general check?
1 minute. Let me fully do this since you said that.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get ahead of it, right? So we're not having,
Mhm.
so you're not having to redo it again later.
Yeah.
Like, if there's a different check we need to do for armor and weapons and whatever, that's all fine.
And then make sure you pin the message so you can find it again.
Yeah, for some reason I can't pin right now, which I'll have to talk to Shanks or something about.
Mm.
If I remember correctly, it's... I vaguely remember the one about armor.
Yeah, I mean, and the bulk of it just being an armor, just being a repair check, makes sense because it's, whatever, and then, power armor being
Okay.
science would make sense.
Gun mod, repair check, energy mod, science check. The melee mod is 2 repair checks and then a melee weapon check, and then the armor will be workbench only repair check. Armor goes for armor and power armor.
Okay.
Okay. So, I guess next we're doing the speed loader on my revolver. So do you want those rolled individually or all at the same time?
Individually, please. One at a time.
Okay.
So you're sticking on a melee, or what? Gun mod, or what are you doing?
The gun mod speed loader.
Okay. Yep. 3 repair checks, please.
45. 22. 7.
Okay. You successfully put on the mod as you have put on a speed loader mod. The gun slightly changes a little bit to allow you to, instead of having to flip the revolver out and load it manually one by one, you now have a auto gun clip that is on the bottom of the barrel. So when you flip it out, it automatically spins up a reloader. So if you want to think about it, it's like a new mechanism. You flip it out, it immediately drops by just tilting it back slightly. It'll drop all the ammo out and then slick a speed loader out and then reload it for you, then slicks it down, you can flip it back in. So
and next we're going to put... Go ahead.
You're just slipping the speed clips on the bottom.
Right. And next we're going to put the charge pack on Lena's laser gun.
Okay.
So that's going to be science checked, right?
Yep, 3 science checks.
78 or less. 17. Ooh, 79.
And you needed a 78 or less?
Yeah.
You see that installing the mod could get a little bit problematic at this point. You could try to keep installing it with a lesser effect, but it also could break it. Or you could stop right here. You haven't fucked with the mod too much, but if you were... You could attempt to strengthen the mod and try again. To strengthen the mod, I would need a radiation plus a science check.
So you can make the decision to just stop, though, and then we can try to repair the thing later.
You could stop right
Yeah,
here. Right now the mod has
we'll
been
stop.
weakened. You could stop right here and try to repair it right now, or you can wait till a workbench and guarantee to repair it later.
Well, I'll stop and we'll wait. So not the gun cleaner case, but a regular gun repair kit. Does that apply to mods? Or is it just for guns?
A gun cleaner case, let's see. What did the cleaner case do again?
The cleaner case restores a broken gun to working order or installs a mod without a repair check.
Yeah, that's what I mean by like a gun case.
But we also have 2 gun repair kits. And I want to know if a gun repair kit can be used to repair a weakened mod.
So, a gun cleaner case will install it without a guarantee, and then a gun, I'm going to add these rule in again, because I have it actually in my notes. 1 minute, let me just type this out. Okay, so, just to go over again, if a mod fails, it is weakened, it can be restored at a workbench, or repaired in the field with the stat plus rad check for the mod. Repair kits, however, can repair a gun or a mod to full. So the cleaner kit, and I will make note of this. A gun cleaner kit or mod case is a guaranteed. The repair kits can repair a gun or repair a mod if you don't have the workbench or the stat roll available to you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So we'll put that in the bag and we'll hold off on it.
Okay. More rules to add in the 3rd update. Sorry about that dilemma,
All good.
but this is the point of the beta test.
So we got 2 mods installed, 1 put away.
You have a core conversion. Did you want to install the katana grip?
Yeah, that was the first one we installed.
I think he was
We
making the
installed-
rule while we were doing it. So
Oh,
Could you re-roll your 3?
so do I?
Yes.
Do I
could
need to
you-
re-roll for that one?
I would like it
Okay.
if you could. The 2 repairs and then a melee weapon check.
All right. That's repair 14, repair 75, and a melee weapon check.
yeah, that
Oh,
melee weapon
shit.
check's gonna be a problem. You might just want to hold off.
Yeah, it
until we get
is.
to a bench.
What's that?
So you might want to hold off until we get to a bench.
Hmm. Yeah, we'll hold off on that one too.
Yeah, I mean, some stuff is just not going to be worth it for us to try to do out in the field. It will be a
Alright.
go back and do it where we need to.
Man, I got a bunch of shit in my inventory.
And if we need to pass some of it around, we can do that.
Yeah. But the Mantis Gauntlet and the Ripper are going to jams.
Okay, James, add that to your inventory.
It makes me sad he's not a luck-based character.
For the Mantis Gauntlet.
Yeah.
Yeah, what was it called again? Sorry.
It's the
So
Mantis Gauntlet.
you got a Ripper as
Right.
your melee weapon, and as an unarmed weapon, which is custom, you found a legendary item, which was the Mantis Gauntlet. So if you crit and kill the target with the crit, you can roll a 1d8 as Mantis creatures will basically explode out of his corpse and help you kill the next target.
Okay. 1 second.
It's really cool. It just sucks that your luck is like mine. You've got a 1 in it. So like you got to roll a 10 and kill the dude. It's super
real?
cool mod. Yeah, like super cool weapon.
You need my luck.
What's the Mantis Fist mod again?
It's in the chat.
Okay.
It's specifically not a mod, it's a legendary fist weapon.
I meant the buffs or whatever to it.
Oh, in the chat, you can do it.
Gotcha, I just want to document it.
Yeah, just copy paste it over to your inventory.
So, shall you all be continuing forward then?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, you do encounter some creatures along the way, though. Your favorite centaurs.
Ugh.
Aren't you so glad? And I need to go grab a pen, so you can all do your little formation while I go grab one.
It's gonna be a big fucking that dog's gonna get fucking big.
If we feed it.
Keep
I
them
should
away
probably
from
get off the
Sven.
dog. I'm gonna get off the dog.
Why? It might be your best bet.
I figured you were gonna ride the dog in a fucking battle.
Yeah, dude. Let that dog fucking carry you. Shoot from
Fuck
it.
yeah. Alright. Bet, bitches.
The dog's like your body armor now.
We just
Okay,
gotta
I'm
keep them
back.
away from Sven.
Yeah, do not let them get near him.
Walking bottle of nitroglycerin.
What
If
do
he
you mean
gets
by
jostled too much, he'll explode.
that? Yeah. Okay, if I go to the stat thingy. What's your, Lena, what's your, agility score?
I think hers is a 4.
Trying to kill me. Agility is 4.
Okay. Add these guys to the initiative. Okay, Sven, you're up first.
Alright. Okay, yeah, he's in range, so I'm gonna start shooting.
Okay.
So, shooting at number 3. So, hits. Right leg. Uh, 25 damage. Hits chest. 17 damage. Hit chest again. 25 damage. Hits the right arm. 16 damage.
Popping off some big numbers here.
Hits the left leg. 26 damage. Hits the head. 18 damage.
Okay.
Should've-
As you kill it, I need to roll
Oh,
a d20 real quick. Okay. So number 3 explodes with its blue goo everywhere as its body punctulates and opens from the back. And oddly enough, you see a glowing red eye that pops out of its back. As this wasn't biological, there was something bionical in there. And a Sultron comes out.
Oh, fuck.
Alright. I'm going to reload. I've got 3 more shots before my turn is over. I'm going to shoot number 1 Let's go with the head. $24 damage. Chest. 27 damage. Head again. 25 damage. I roll really good on damage for that dude.
Okay, Virgil.
That's me.
As you look over Virgil, the Assaultron is booting up as its eye begins to glow a dark blood red.
Okay.
Hamburger begins to fill the air with its smell as it is burning the guts off of it, and its fusion core begins to heat up in its body.
That's gonna be 25 feet is 2 AP. That's gonna be was that 3 AP? To move that far?
To move 35 feet, yeah.
2 AP to move 25 feet, and then, yeah, 3 AP to move 35 feet.
Okay. So, oh shit, I gotta click the other thing. So 3 AP to move here. And then I'm just gonna unload into the Assaultron. I don't want that to stay around any longer. Okay. And that is shit.
Where are you hitting it?
Yeah, 5 left leg.
For how much damage?
7 plus 5 is 12. My choice. Was that hit left leg? I'll hit the left leg again. 12, 17 damage. Direct armor. 10 damage. Oh, wait a second.
That's probably a
Did
crit
I?
for you.
That's what I'm checking. Yeah. 3 luck. Fuck yeah, I crit. In the head.
Ow. My ears. But bless you.
Sorry.
Crit to the head. 8 plus 5. 13.
Times
So
2,
26. direct armor again for 8 damage.
So when you're shot in the head, when you hit it in the head, right?
Uh-huh.
The plating on its head is exposed now. As you can see, the eye is charging up as it's just dumping all its excess energy into its eye laser. As you can see, the capacitors on its side of its skull are like fusing in the energy into it as the Tesla coils are like sparking off. The capacitors in the back of its neck are like red hot.
Oh yeah, I remember what that looks like. Oh, 1 point off of a crit. 6. That's chest. 4 plus 5 is 9 damage. 1 AP to reload.
Really does make a difference, doesn't it?
Oh yes, it does. So I've used 12 and now 4. 16. So I can do 2 more shots. Chest for 13 damage. Right leg for 12 damage. That's the end of my turn.
Okay. So. Oh, did my pen just break? No, it's slightly cracked. That's stupid. Cracked on the tip. That was dumb. Gotta toss this now because it's leaking ink. So, you got it down to half health. The robot has an extremely high DT, but you're almost done breaking its DT. Number 1 is going to move on down towards you, Jams. All 3 attacks hit, as it's going to vomit on you 3 times.
Great.
Because it ignores DT, your armor's taking equal damage to you. Little acid spot all around you. So your damage total is you took 35 damage in your armor to your chest, and your head takes 35 CR equal.
How do I do the CR?
Remember, the CR is right next to your armor, so it's the value out of 100. So every time, like your DT, every time you take damage, you'd be hitting your DT and then be absorbing into your condition rating.
Where's the armor?
So if you scroll down, your head and your
I see
chest have the 190. So just as a heads up, you should always be lowering the condition rating each time you're attacked because your DT is absorbing it. So you have a 3 DT. So every time you'd be siphoning off 3 damage from the initial attack to go into the condition rating instead of hitting your HP. But right now you're taking equal to both. So your head would be like at 70 and the chest would be at like 60. There's also an acid puddle on the ground. If you start your turn in it, or end your turn in it, you'll be taking some acid damage. It is now number 2's turn, as number 2 is going to move over to you, Virgil. It hits twice. As you've been spat up on. You take a total of 25 damage to your health and your armor pieces both.
Okay.
Gilgamesh?
Go ahead.
Why is your
Oh, it's my
condition
turn.
rating for your head 100 out of 100?
How's that?
Much better.
I just didn't load it.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I was still clicked in it, you know what I mean?
Gotcha. Okay.
Okay.
That ends its turn. Number 3 is still writhing. Does it spawn anything?
It spawned the assault trunk.
Yes. It is still writhing though, and it does not spawn anything, ending its life.
Okay.
It's now the Assaultron's turn. Yep. Ooh, yeah, it hits. Okay, Virgil, you are hit with 39 laser damage. It then pierces through your shoulder and hits Jams in his shoulders, and Jams takes 39 damage as well, as it zips past the both of you as it fires its beam cannon. Boom!
39.
Your shoulder would count as the chest. It is then
39. That's 35. I'm dead.
you're down.
Down.
So as per
I'm at
rules
0.
of death saves, if I check the rules again, so what's your endurance stat?
3.
Now roll me a d20.
Two.
You have 5 turns before you die.
Is that individual characters' turns or rounds?
Character turns.
Okay.
So you have 5 turns and before you have to start making consecutive death saves. Sorry, you have 5 turns. You're going to start making your death saves. So
Okay.
take your endurance and roll me a d20.
Seven. Endurance is 3.
Okay, you passed your first save. It'll increase by 1 every time it comes back around. So every turn you're going to be making another save that's going to increase by 1.
What's increasing by 1?
The save for your death save. So the d20 plus your endurance It's at 10,
Mhm.
now it goes to 11, then 12, and then you have that many turns to keep making death saves, or you die in 5 turns.
Oh.
Unless someone gets you up with a stim pack or something.
Okay.
Or they run over to your corpse, use interact to grab an item from your inventory and stab you with a stim pack, that kind of thing.
Sure.
But currently the Assaultron is then going to move down here and is going to begin charging up another beam. It is now Jam's turn. Jams, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna move here. Move out of this.
Would you like to help your buddy up who's currently dying?
I'm about to die. I don't think I can't enter that acid. I'll probably die.
Your condition rating takes damage, not you. But
Oh. Yeah, sure, why not? So, that's like 2 AP.
okay, so now you're at him.
Okay.
I believe the interact action is the one you have to use.
Do I need a stim pack?
Do you have a stim pack on your body?
I don't believe so.
Sorry,
so I'm-
Virgil, do you have a stim pack on your body?
I do. I have 5 of them.
Okay, so you'll have to essentially spend... You will have to use 2 AP to take it out of his backpack, and did you have them sorted in your backpack, or were you kind of just shuffling them in there?
And they're sorted into the chems and food section.
Okay. So roll me a perception check, real quick. Gems.
Nine. 3 plus 6.
Yeah, I could say you could find a stim pack in there at some point. You rummage around, you accidentally slice your hand on one of the melee weapons, take 6 damage, and then you find a stim pack.
Alright, then I'll stab him with it.
Okay.
How much AP did that cost?
2 AP.
And that doesn't cost anything to give it to him? Just 1.
So is 1 AP to find it, 1 AP to use it.
Okay, gotcha.
So it's 2 AP total. You heal for 2d8 HP, Virgil.
Okay.
You
11.
now have to spend your next round recovering from this death. So essentially you skip 1 turn on your next turn. You'll be skipping it.
Okay.
You can still move, you just can't use any of your AP.
Okay.
Because you're in the acid and you started there, you take... Your chest armor takes 16 more acid damage jams into its condition rating.
How much?
16 into the condition rating. Okay. Now, would you like to do anything else?
Yeah, I'm gonna look for another stim pack.
Sure. How many you got, Virgil?
Should be 4 more.
You have any super stims?
I do not.
Okay, would you like to give him a stim pack or give him access to your backpack for a stim?
Yes, I will reach in and hand him a stim pack.
Okay. That is 1 AP for you to use a stim pack.
Alright. 2d8, you said?
Yep. Yeah, robots are no fucking joke to fuck around with.
Okay. Now, I'm gonna move to this square. That should just be 1 AP. Is that out
Oh.
of the...
Yes, that is out of the acid.
Okay. Let's see, what am I at? And then how many swings per AP again?
8, if I remember correctly,
8, wow.
for 2 AP.
Alright, I'm gonna...
What are you
For
swinging
2
with?
AP. Oh, I was just gonna punch.
Oh, no. A punch is 1 attack. Melee weapons are swings.
Gotcha, okay.
That's the
I'll
trade-off, is that melee weapons have potential for higher damage with the swings, but, you know, punch is just 1-hit wonder.
Alright, so I'll hit him for 31 damage.
Okay. Roll the d8 to see where you punched it.
Pulling up the thing. What'd I roll? A 5. I hit in the left leg.
Okay, it no longer has any armor. As you just knock off its fucking plating.
31 to... Oh, the fucking ad. Direct armor damage.
Doesn't have any armor, so it just takes the damage.
Okay.
Ooh.
And to the left leg, 31.
You killed it.
Oh, thank God.
Upon killing it, it then unleashes, as it says, death imminent, unleashing core destruction, self-destruct permanent within. As I roll 2 turns, well, 2 turns for game mechanic, but you can imagine 2 minutes. As it begins charging up. So in 2 turns, it will explode. What do you want to do, James?
I have 1 more AP, I think.
About all you can do is move.
You should.
I'll go there.
Okay. It is now Lena's turn on top of the dog. Do you want to move, Lena, or do you want to stay on top of Ringo?
If he'll let me, I'd like to ride him.
Sure. So Ringo is going to move. As Ringo is going to move over. Oh, whoopsie. 1 minute. Oh, didn't mean to do that. Detach. I need to attach you to Ringo. And then Ringo is going to hit and bite this centaur over here for 40 damage, killing it.
Yeah.
Good boy.
Upon killing it, let's see what it spawns. If it spawns anything. It spawns something. It spawned a pack of mantises. Okay. Now it is your turn, Lena. What would you like to do? As you are on top of Ringo. I'd like you all to just imagine this dog of this monstrous, semi-green mutant dog with hair slowly coming out. Just runs like a fucking dire wolf from a fantasy game over with Lena on top of him.
I'm gonna shoot number 2.
Giving off a lot of Tiny Tina vibes there, Elena.
Right. You know how I roll. Alright, let's see. Crit. That's not a D4. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
That is 15 plus his 5. It's 20.
To where?
Direct armor.
Okay.
That's a D10 year old, sweetheart.
Nope, my bad. There we go. Direct armor. Again. $15. My choice. Let's go with the head. $18. To the right leg. $20. To the right arm. And that is my turn.
Okay. After your turn, 2. Robot's going to explode. Let me roll for the radius. Oof. 30 damage.
I'm down.
Back to 0.
So, explodes. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Upon exploding, down for the count. Number 2 then dies and begins to jostile. So, Virgil, you have 5 turns before you will perish. Jams, what's your endurance?
11.
Well, actually, Virgil, roll me a d20 again.
Nat 20.
Ugh, well, lucky you. You're back up with 1 HP.
Oh, goody.
Hey, James, roll me a d20.
11.
Plus your endurance.
11.
You have 22 turns before you... You have 22 rounds that you can survive. At the next turn, you'll need to start making death saves.
Okay.
Which will be a d20 plus your endurance, but you'll be able to last a while.
Okay. What do I have to beat?
Well, it increases from 10. It increases from 10 up.
So if I roll above a 10 the first time.
Each turn. So it's like 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, every turn.
Okay.
Every turn until we pick you up, you're rolling the check again.
Gotcha.
So it just ended Lena's turn. It is now Sven's turn.
Alright, so I spend 4 AP, get next to him, stick him with a... Let's see. Does a healing salve work? Or does it need to be a stim pack?
Needs to be a stim pack of some kind.
Okay.
You could reach into his pack and use one.
I'm checking to see. I don't know if I ever put him on my sheet off of the... Nope, I don't have one. Okay.
I have 2 super stims.
That doesn't do me any good. I'm nowhere near that. Yeah, well, never mind then. I thought I had one in there.
You don't want to use one in Virgil's pack?
I didn't go to Virgil. I went to Jams.
Oh.
I don't have any.
Yeah, I was going to go to Jams. Virgil got up. I thought I had one.
Virgil can't move yet.
Yeah, well, I understand. So I'm going to go here. And I'm going to use the shotgun.
How far is the shotgun's range?
10. It's 10 foot. And it's got spread.
Okay, so... Roll to hit. How wide is the spread, though? Is it normal spread, wide spread, tight spread?
It just says spread. So
okay,
normal.
So normal spread.
For, I think it's a right leg. Uh, 14 damage.
Okay. So I need to calculate real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Each one takes 1 damage.
Okay.
Well, hold on. Not quite. You know, so these in a T here. I'll just draw the thing again. The ones that are in the triangles, like these guys, plus this initial one, take 1 damage, but the side ones don't.
Okay. Do it again. That's to the head. That's 21 damage.
21 damage?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, I rolled way better.
Okay. 3 damage to each.
Um, let's see. 10 AP gone. I go 2 AP back. I'm gonna start just shooting regular weapon. So, yeah, start with the middle one that I've done some damage to. 4 is the
You
right
sure you don't
leg.
want to keep with the shotgun?
I mean, does it look like it's doing something to him?
I mean, yeah, you're a little bit away from just killing them all.
Okay. 13 damage.
Okay. So... these ones all die.
Okay. I have 6 AP left. I'm going to use my regular gun. I'm going to start with the one to my front left. Five is the left leg. He takes 26 damage.
To your left?
Yeah, the front left. Yeah.
He did.
Okay.
Ooh.
I mean, I still hit. I have like 103.
That's not a crit for you?
No, a 10 is a crit. Actually, I have 115. So now it's the front right, left leg, 21 damage.
He did.
All right, my last AP. I'm going to shoot the last one that's alive. 21 damage. I didn't say where. 3 is left arm.
And you killed the other one.
Okay, I'm out of AP. That ends my turn.
Virgil, it is your turn.
Well, first, I'm gonna move out of the acid. You told me that I was recovering from going down and I couldn't do certain things. Does that include using a stim pack?
Yes. Also, James, I need you to make your first death save, which was Sven's turn, and your second one with Virgil. So, D20, 3 plus 11 passes for a 14. Make your second one. 16 plus 11 passes the 11 check. So now your next check, next turn will be up to a 12. So, Virgil, you can move, but you cannot take an action of any AP as you're recovering.
Right. So that's the end of my turn.
Okay. It is now still number 1's turn. Let's see if he spawns anything, or will he die this turn? He dies this turn. Make that next save.
Me?
Yep. Every turn.
That is right.
6 plus 11, 17. Pass. Number 2's turn. Does it spawn anything? Oh yeah, it spawned something. Spawns 2 giant mole rats.
That was gonna be a hamster.
Nope. Sorry, 2 giant pig rats. Okay. Now it's number 3's turn, who's dead. Doesn't count. Soltron's dead. Jams, it is now your turn. Make me another death save.
Pass.
Lena, it is now your turn. Make me another death save.
18.
You
Sort of
pass,
a 14.
but you're getting up there with a 15. Ringo would have moved over here to make sure you're okay. Lena, 'tis your turn. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna jump down off of Ringo and use a super stim pack on Jams. And that is $4d12.
Okay. Roll the 4d12. You're healed up to 34.
34.
Alright.
You're brought back to life, Jams. How do you feel seeing the dark abode of death slowly close around you?
It was great.
So you took, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 turns to recover. It's 5 turns to get up, so you have to spend 5 rounds recovering. So for 5 rounds, meaning 5 your turns, you cannot do anything but move.
Okay.
Lena, would you like to do anything else?
We have the giant board or the giant things now.
I know, I'm thinking of thank you. Let me move here. And I'm gonna shoot at the one closest to me.
Okay.
No crit. $18. To the left arm.
Okay.
No crit. 13. To the head. And that's the end of my turn.
They shriek as you hit them. There's a lot of high-pitched shrieks, sounding like a mole and a bunny screaming in pain. Sven, it's now your turn. The acid finally dries up.
All right. So we're hitting the bottom one, direct armor damage. 23 damage.
Kill it.
Okay. I move just a little bit. I shoot the top one. Uh, 16 damage to the head. Uh, 3 is left arm. 19 damage.
You're a little bit quiet, Graycon.
Sorry, 19 damage to the left arm.
Thank you.
Crit
Oof.
to the chest.
Ooh.
Dead.
26 is 52.
Yeah, it did. Do you want to try to shoot the centaur to put it out of its misery to see if won't stop spawning things?
Sure. Yeah, hit. And yeah, 19 damage.
It fully dies.
Thank the Lord.
Okay, so to calculate XP here. One, 2, 9, 10, 15 targets for your Swift Learner skills, and I need to calculate the XP now of all the creatures. Okay, almost done. Oh, where the fuck are you? Okay, so... Sorry, it's taking a little bit to add up, because the... Okay... then they had. Then the Assaultron. $2K experience.
2K 16 sources.
2K 15 sources.
Alright, I leveled.
Jams, you're almost to 6th level where you can get another perk.
Getting there.
What was the first perk you chose?
I forget. I'll have to add it tonight.
Did you not add a perk at level 3?
I thought we did. I don't know where it went. Maybe it was when we transferred it.
What's level everyone else is at right now?
I just hit 7.
I'm shy of 7.
Did you gain a level though, Virgil?
No.
What about you, Lena?
I'm level 6 with just under 1,000 to level.
Okay, so you gain another perk then.
No, I have 3 perks.
Oh, okay.
She was already level 6. I think I'm the only one
Oh,
who's level.
gotcha.
Excuse me. I need 189 more experience before I'll level.
Alright. So, do we want to start all of our checks?
Hmm?
I was
Honestly,
asking
my
if we
dog's
wanted to.
hungry.
I was asking if we wanted to start all of our checks.
Oh yeah. Roll me your stuff to find the gun. Your perception check to investigation to find the gun stuff. It's fun.
Yeah, sorry, I'm playing around with my skill points to see where I wanted to put them.
Oh yeah. Anybody
Trying
else
to see if
level
I
up?
want to.
Did you level up?
No.
God, names. Fuck me. Jams, did you level up?
I did, yeah.
You doing your skill points?
I was just looking to see how many I got for a level up.
Yeah, I got
Well, it's your
a
in
7.
time 2, so 6.
Okay. I was looking at the rules.
Yeah, I got a 7.
How much intelligence do you have?
Oh.
You.
4.
Sven. So you have 4 intelligence points, so
Yeah.
you would have 8.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay. You said 7, and I'm like, that doesn't seem right.
No, he rolled a 7 on the
Yeah,
investigation.
I rolled a 7 on the check.
I'm sorry. Okay.
Yeah.
So, as you rolled your 7, you didn't find any shells.
Yeah.
Or casings, for that matter. Virgil,
Yes?
do you want to recover your casings?
Oh, yes. $13 plus 11, 24.
Okay. For your investigation, you got a 24? Goddamn. So, you recover all your casings, Virgil. Lena, would you like to look for
Nice.
your energy cells?
Sure.
Investigation.
um, 6.
You didn't recover anything. Okay, does anybody want to check any of the corpses, or...
I want to start a round of first aid.
Okay, sounds good.
So first on myself. I failed. Who else needs first aid?
But
Yeah, just hit everybody.
Alright, so Jams. I failed. Sven.
You
Healed
passed,
for
okay.
25.
Okay.
And Lena. Heal for 25. And I already forgot the dog's name.
Ringo.
I failed. Ringo. I was wanting to say Rocco, and I knew that wasn't right.
Wrong movie.
Yeah. It doesn't matter, I failed.
Ringo didn't get hurt, though.
Oh, man.
Such a good
Sucks
boy.
that I failed on my own check, though. I want to search the Assaultron's body.
Okay. Are you trying to recover a part or something? Just search it.
Yes, I want to recover parts.
Okay. If I remember correctly, what was the roll for that again? More parts, more noon. Suspicion of a chance of obtaining. Okay, roll me a repair check.
Repair. Pass.
Sorry, investigation. Sorry.
Oh.
Stupid.
$17 plus 11, 28.
Okay. I'll roll a d20 real quick. Well, this is the time of crits, isn't it? Holy shit. Okay, well, roll me a d20, Virgil.
12.
Okay. Okay. Check my notes on something. You found a holodeck mod. Okay, rolling on my chart for holodeck mods, you got... Then you found... Almost done. So, you found a hollow radar program. You can put it into your... It's a hollow radar mod, so you can stick it into your Pip-Boy. It'll takes up the holodeck slot on it, but when played, up to 5 uses basically acts as a radar for 35 feet around you. You found a damaged fusion core, a displacer glove, 2 hydraulic pistons, 5 scrap metal, and 8 capacitor batteries, which are used for upgrading Gauss rifles.
See.
Who would like to have the hollow mod installed?
Yeah, I don't care.
Who's
I've
got the
already
best
got the-
thing?
I've already got the Radeon chipset. Somebody else can have this one.
I mean, I can shoot that far, I guess, if we put it on mine. So, this thing only works 5 times ever?
Yes, 5 times
that
ever.
Okay. Okay.
You turn it on, it works. It's like running in the holotape slot, right? And then you use it, you can see it, and then once used, it's then used. Only 5 times, and then it breaks. Kind of like a cassette tape almost. Literally what they
Sure.
are.
Okay.
Tape breaks, can't repair it, inlaid shell, that kind of thing.
So we'll give that to Sven.
If I use a
Mind
pencil
you,
and stick it, if I
This is
stick a pencil in it, can I rewind it?
No. So there is a difference between holotapes and holodiscs. So I bring this up because holodiscs are much like a hard drive. Holotapes, however, they look like this. There's these and like the new ones, right? But we're going with the old model because it looks cooler. Just a giant fucking cassette. Like a data cassette. But the reason I bring it up is because the Pip-Boy 2000 that Jams has can only run holodiscs, but can't run holotapes, but you guys can only run holotapes, but not holodiscs.
Okay.
Holotapes were more consumer model stuff, used in like newer Pip-Boys, used for some computers, not a whole lot, but holodiscs, however, those run in every terminal, every major computer, major system, that kind of thing. They're rare to find for the actual Pip-Boy itself because it makes it like 10 pounds heavier, so no one wanted it, right? You're already lugging around like a 10-pound tablet. Why would you want to lug around then a 20-pound tablet? You know what I mean?
Yeah, makes sense.
And we're gonna give that displacer glove to Jams.
Okay. Jams, you have another fist weapon. Copy it out here for you real quick. So, the displacer glove, it just shoves the target back 10 feet from you.
That's awesome.
Kind of the back the fuck off weapon. This goes on your fist, so it is not melee, but it is unarmed. Would you like to try to repair the fusion core?
Yes.
Okay, first you need to roll me a radiation check.
Why are
As
you
it
always
is-
trying to kill us?
As it is leaking.
I would like to move further away from
Mhm.
Virgil.
I rolled a 9, and I have an 8, so I have 17, I believe.
You don't take any rads from this thing. Just as your guy kind of like all and just like as like yours is making like beeping noises, jams. Yours is like emitting like static, like radio static as it's ticking. But so Virgil, you've passed the radiation check. I now need you to roll me a couple things. First, I will need you to roll me a radiation check again. Do that first.
Okay.
I would like to ask, does anybody want to help him?
13 plus 8.
What do you need to help him? Like, what's he?
Well,
What checks are you making?
Remember, there's the help action, so you can help him with
he
one
just
of the
gets a
checks.
plus 15.
Yeah, he'd get a plus
Sure.
15 to the check, but he has to make a radiation check, a sleight of hand check, and then he has to make me so it's radiation, sleight of hand, and then after that he would have to make me a insight check, and then to seal it all off, a repair check.
God damn. All right, I'll help him.
Which one are you helping him
Let's-
on? What was your radiation check again?
I rolled a 13, so it's 21.
You pass the rad check as you diagnose that it has sliced in deep, so you will need to repair the outside as well as restabilize the interior. So now that you have that sleight of hand, you will need to graft some steel onto the outside and use one of your just take you'll need to take one of your capacitors to reseal it, and then take one of the pieces of scrap metal you have to reseal the outside. So sleight of hand would be this next one. Are you wanting to help him on this?
I'm going to help him. I was going to say, I'm going to help him on whatever one he tells me he wants me to help. I'm basically standing here to assist. So if this is the one you want, cool.
You're going to help me when insight comes up.
Okay. Yeah. You tell me when you need help. So
Sleight of hand it is. There we go. Nat 20, and I have 10 on my sleight of hand, so 30.
Okay, so because of your nat 20 on your sleight of hand, you have grafted, resealing it with a vacuum seal somehow without having a machine, and you have somehow also morphed the steel into plastic somehow. Who knows? Machines, I guess. Mechanical genius. I don't know, you fucking transmuted it, you goddamn alchemist. So now that it is fully sealed and such, you just need to do a final once around with your insight. Because you got the nat 20, I'm giving you a plus 2 on your insight with your plus 1 to make it a plus 3.
Alright, here we go, plus 3.
Would you still like to help?
yeah, it's the one he said he wanted me to help with. So that's
Okay.
I'm helping.
Plus 3, so it's 18 to plus whatever you roll.
I rolled a 7, and my insight is 2, so that's 9.
So 9 plus 15 now.
Yeah. So 24, 25.
24.
area.
Yeah, 20.
So you do a
24.
once over, and you find that the cap on it is actually a little loose. So you prime it with a primer cap to seal it off completely. Now roll me a repair check.
Okay. 35.
Congratulations, you have made a fusion core. You have fully repaired
Nice.
a fusion core.
Now what you gonna do with it?
We're gonna upgrade the car lock so that it doesn't run out of electricity charges. Replace the car battery with the fusion core so it doesn't so it never dies.
Okay. That seems like a lot of work for that.
Well, it was repairing a nuclear battery.
Would you like to take this time to remove a robot module from the Assaultron that's nearby?
Yes.
Yes.
Sleight of hand plus a science check.
Alright. Sleight of hand. I rolled a 2, but I have a 10, so 12.
You're able to just cut out a basic robot chip from its circuit board. Roll me a science check.
Science. My science skill is 78, so that passes.
Okay. Are you going to upgrade this now?
Yes.
Are you choosing to do this with a gun case kit, or are you going to...
Yes, I don't want to mess this up.
Okay, you've used one of your gun case kits. I will now rewrite this in his thingy.
Alright. Goodbye, gun cleaner case.
Upon upgrading it, the legendary effect has been upgraded. When you hit a creature, you now give them cardiac arrest, and they are stunned in place, unable to move for 1/2 your endurance attribute. After 5 heart attacks / cardiac arrest hits, their heart will explode. Some mutated or special enemies will survive this, however. If they do, they will just take more damage.
Nice.
Congrats, Jams.
Just call him the Heart Stopper.
As you load this thing into the gauntlet, you can see that the claws on it begin to juice up as they begin to spark with an over amount of electricity. The whole thing begins to rumble a little bit as the electric generator inside of it has now been fully turned on, and you have given this electric power fist, a electrical motor that is now always charging a fusion core capacitor to fully charged, as it will now constantly deliver a fully charged hit for cardiac arrest. How do you feel, Gilgamesh, now?
Sounded pretty good.
And now he can do the 5-finger death punch. Make their heart explode.
Yes. To give you an idea of what this would look like, here is a image, which I will post in the Wasteland chat. There you go.
Damn.
Pretty cool.
Now imagine all those claws are brimming with electricity and glowing slightly.
Nice.
Okay, it has been 1 day's travel. Would you like to rest or continue traveling?
I wanted to see if Ringo was hungry.
Yeah, I would like to rest.
Let me check Ringo's appetite. Yeah, he hungry boy. Do you plan on taking a long rest or a short rest?
We probably need a long rest for everybody to heal up.
Okay. As a long rest, you take your endurance, times it by 4. That's how much you heal.
Alright. Has enough time passed that I can perform first aid on myself again?
You may, and you've generated a rad tablet.
Alright. First aid. Yay, it passes.
So,
I could use it.
not Ringer, watching too much anime, Rigard.
Ringer.
Ringo has grown. He grew a little bit more, and his stats went up. He now has 220 HP, 6 DT, bite of 45 damage, and 6 AP.
Shit.
Good boy.
And first aid for jams. It did not pass.
Damn it. You're a quack.
Yeah. It's 5 points off. You gotta do 55 or less.
Well, luckily, when I was 3 points down, he healed me instead of you. So does anybody have rads? I think we are all miraculously still at 0 after the treatment in the bunker.
Okay. You're heading out again. Would you like to search for anything, location or items?
Is there like a town we can stop at?
We're
That
headed to a
would-
town.
You're heading
Okay,
to a
okay,
town.
That's fine. Okay, good.
That's why I ask, is your 1 day check, do you want to hunt for another location on your way, or do you want to hunt for items?
Look for items. Oh, maybe we can find some money. Find us some caps so we can buy some shit when we get to town.
Then Virgil, I guess you're up.
Yes. That is investigation,
Yes.
right?
If I stand corrected, I will check
12
the rules real quick.
Okay.
Perception, new location, investigation, scavenging. What's your investigation check?
23 total.
Okay, so you find a small backpack.
Oh. I will open the backpack.
Okay. So, you find. Okay. Almost done. Okay, you find 2 beer, 2 diluted stim packs, 1 antibody, and then 1 backpack. As the backpack itself is good enough to use, the backpack allows you to have an organized carry of your items, making others not have to roll a perception check if they want to reach into your bag.
Alright, somebody else grab that stuff because my bag is full of junk.
Probably best for Lena to carry it, since she has a lot of the medical supplies.
Okay.
Makes it so they don't have to use an AP, rummaging to like interact and then use an AP for the thing. They can just use a stim from you, like a vending machine.
Alright. 1
Okay.
backpack.
As you continue on, your day was of easy travel, no encounters. The day ends. Would you like to rest or keep going through the night?
No, let's rest again.
Okay.
Another heal.
So another endurance times 4 for your HP that you heal back. Okay.
That puts me at full.
You've generated another rad tablet. Next up.
Those tablets, those tablets, are we able to like pull them out and save them, or are they like
They don't
they
get
come
used.
out to use them? Okay, I didn't know if I didn't know if like you had to get the
It's like
tablet
a
and
pill.
make it right then. Okay,
So you can save them. You have 2 that you haven't used yet.
awesome. Okay.
Alright.
Virgil, I could use a heal.
Yup, first aid for jams. Here we go. Failed.
You're the worst doctor ever.
I'm sorry.
They're killing the mutants.
This is racist.
Okay. So next up, you travel again. Would you like to look for items or locations?
Look for items.
Okay, roll me investigation.
Uh, 9. So 21. No, 11. No. Yeah, 21.
You find a burlap sack.
Oh, cool.
On my encounter, you find 20 caps inside.
Yay.
Sven, you know what to do.
Yep, got it.
One moment. Okay, with that said, let me just get the map loaded up for the town. I also will say we are approaching 1 a.m. Do you wish to all continue going for like 20 or so more minutes, or do you want to end here at the town of Vespers?
I'm good to stop here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, why don't we call it at the town?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll get the map loaded up for you in a little bit of description, and then we'll end it. If you're
Yeah,
okay
man.
with that.
Yeah, it's been a good session.
Yep.
Thank you.
Okay. We'll get neutral location. Vespers.
Complete with a brush with death.
For real.
Why? You almost died twice.
Okay, as you spawn into Vespers, here's what you see. You see a town that is clogged with old dead cars everywhere, all across the streets and everything. Old, rusted out bodies, vegetation growing up between the cracks, water filling the streetways and the potholes, old bunker down buildings that have a bit of dilapidation to them. Some have holes in them. Looks like kind of like a shittier version of LA. If you could think of a shittier version of LA. And you see there's a couple of buildings. You'll see there's an old, what appears to be like an old schoolhouse. And then further on the way, there's just more stuff all around. You can see that there is a, like a main office / stop and shop area. You see there's something called like the Skinner Motel across the street, and then you hear a bit of like voices and singing coming from the center of town. Beyond that, though, people freely walk around. It looks like a small community, much more industrialized than a Destiny that you saw before, but that's maybe just simply for the fact that it's not like a small city. It's decently large trading post. For country concerns, anyways. But that is where we will end session for now.